Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Raven, and today I want to talk to you about some health things, making sure that you are getting your levels checked, and kind of give you a story behind why I'm telling you guys this. So a couple months ago, I would say maybe like almost a year ago now, so not a couple months ago, about a year ago now, I just started feeling really tired and really just like not being able to do my job to the fullest capacity. Like, I'm a stylist, so I'm constantly carrying around like garment bags and shopping bags and all of these things, and I just found myself not being able to do that as much and carry as much as one time. Like, I would be able to be like 6 garment bags, let's go. I would be able, and then it was just like, okay, so I have like maybe 2 or 3 now, and that was it. And I was like, okay, I can't carry any more than this. And so I kind of just chalked it up to old age. I was like, I'm just getting older, and this is what it is to be 33. It's just my capacity has gone down, I'm more tired, and that's just what it is. So that's what I kind of chalked it up to, and kind of just thought like, maybe it'll get better, we'll see. And eventually I started to think that I was depressed because I was so tired. I would just come home and want to lay down and watch TV. I didn't want to do anything. And being an entrepreneur, I was about, go, let's figure out how we're going to do this or that, and didn't want any parts of it. Like, I was just tired. I didn't feel like working on any businesses. I didn't feel like doing anything. I was just like, I'm gonna lay in this bed and watch me some Netflix, okay? So the only thing I knew was that, like, when people get depressed, they get really tired, they just want to stay in the house, they get very unmotivated. And it wasn't that I was sad, it wasn't that I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want to be on this earth anymore. So I was just like, I can't be depressed, but like, I don't understand why I'm just not wanting to do anything. So then I just kind of dismissed it. I was just like, it is what it is. Like, hopefully it'll get better. Maybe I'm just in a rut. And that rut lasted and lasted and lasted. So I went to the doctor last year, not for this, because I just thought I was in a rut. I just thought I was just, it was what it was. And I actually went because I get really lightheaded in the shower when I'm washing my hair. So usually, like, I'm in there a lot longer. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you see how much hair you see how much hair I have. So that's how long I'm in the shower washing my hair. And my friends were getting very worried. I don't take my health very seriously, so I'm starting to do more of that and be better about that, because I'm just like, it is what it is. Like, okay, yeah, it happens, but like, I'm managing it, or like, at least I'm not passing out. Like, I know how to like get out of the shower before that happens, so like, I should be kind of okay, right? So it happened more frequently. So my friends were like, ma'am, I don't have time to be worrying about you. Like, of course they do have time to worry about me, but they were just like, go to the doctor. So I was like, okay. So I went to the doctor, told him what was going on. A friend of mine said that was happening because she was anemic. So I was like, maybe I'm anemic. I've always been on the cusp of anemia. So I was like, maybe this is what's happening. So did all the blood work, everything like that. Everything came back fine. They were like, you're not anemic, so we don't know what's going on, so you should be fine. Once I'm like about something, then I'm about it. So I was like, no, like, you guys need to figure out and tell me like what is going on. So they were like, we can send you to a specialist, a hematologist, and a neurologist to find out why you're getting lightheaded. I was like, okay, good. So they sent me some referrals in the mail, finally, with some appointments. So I went to the hematologist and I'm telling her what's going on. Like, hey, I'm getting lightheaded, like all of these things. And she's like, it's normal. Say what? I don't know anybody that this happens to. What are you talking about? She's like, some people, they just, their blood vessels dilate, and so that creates less blood flow to their brain, so they get lightheaded in the shower. That's just what happens to them. Some people are more sensitive to it than others, and other people can be in really hot showers all the time and they're fine. So she's like, I suggest drinking like a cold glass of water beforehand and then taking the shower. Insert eye roll. Because like, what? Like, I've never heard of anybody doing this. So I was like, whatever. So she's like, I'm going to take some blood work just to make sure that nothing else is going on. So I told her, I was like, hey, I still have an appointment for a neurologist and I want to see a cardiologist just to make sure everything's good. She's like, yes, definitely do that to be thorough, but I think it's this. Okay, ma'am. So go back to the doctor. I'm supposed to go back like 2 weeks later, which I did, which was this past Friday. Go back to the doctor, and as soon as I get in there, they take blood. And if you know anything about a hematologist is also a cancer doctor. So like when you go to a hematologist, it's like hematologist / cancer center. And I was just like, what? So the fact that I went in and they were like drawing blood right away, I was like, but like she said that I was fine and that this was normal, and like all of a sudden now we're just drawing blood. Like this is like what? Like, so I'm like texting my friends like, guys, pray for me. Like they're drawing blood. I don't know what's going on. Like just pray for me. Doctor comes in. She's just like, you know, how are you? Blah blah blah. And I was like, oh, I'm good. She's like, are you like really tired? And I was like, yeah. I was like, I told the nurse this, that like over the last like 10 to 12 months or so, I've just been really exhausted, and like the capacity of my work has changed. I haven't been able to do as much as I used to do. She was like, okay. So I'm like, so like why didn't, in my mind I'm like, why didn't the nurse, because the nurse kind of dismissed it. Once again, I roll. So I was just like, okay. So she basically was like, your vitamin D level is extremely low. And I was just like, okay. And my mom had kept asking me like, make sure you get your vitamin D levels checked, make sure you get your vitamin D levels checked, because she had really low vitamin D at one point. So she kept like reiterating to make sure that I got my vitamin D levels checked. So I was like, okay, yeah, like they'll figure it out, whatever. So when I get in there and she tells me that my vitamin D levels are low, I was just like, okay. So she was just like, well, are you a vegetarian? I was like, well, I'm a vegan. She's like, okay. I also live in New York City, so I don't get a lot of direct sunlight because of the big buildings. I've actually gotten lighter since moving here. Very upset about that, but it is what it is. I'm not light skinned, but I've gotten lighter than my chocolate complexion used to be when living in LA. So my level is at a 4. To put that in perspective, she told me my level should be at a 20. When I did more research, 20 is kind of still on a deficiency level. It's like at the top of deficiency. An adequate level is about between like I think a 30 to 40, and then optimal is about a 50. So like I'm at a 4. Like what? And I was just like, okay, well, like what do we do? Like, can I get a pump? Can I get like what? How do we get this up? Because like what? So she tells me she's gonna give me this vitamin D pill that I need to take. It's a vitamin, and I need to take that every day now, and then I have to come back in 2 months. So I did a video on my IG about it, like right after it happened, just finding out like this is why I've been so tired, because I've honestly just been thinking like, why are you being so lazy? Why are you procrastinating so much? Like what is going on? Like, and I was so down on myself thinking that this was literally just me being lazy and me not wanting to do anything when I was just so exhausted. And I would just come up my stairs, live in a fourth floor walk up. Okay. So that's every day, and I've lived here for like 3 years, and recently, probably over the last like couple of months or so, it's taken me more energy to get upstairs. I'm super winded when I get upstairs, and I was just like, this is insane. Like I've lived here so long and I'm still not like together. Like maybe I need to start working out. Like why am I so out of shape? Like things are just going downhill. And it's all because of my vitamin D levels. So some of the symptoms of vitamin D level deficiency is, of course, tiredness and fatigue. You can feel signs of depression. You can also have muscle pain and like weakness. You can have bone pain and weakness as well, because vitamin D helps to create strong bones. Thank God I haven't like broken any bones or anything like that. But it does help to strengthen your bones, and you can have like soft bones as a result of having a vitamin D deficiency for too long. I don't know how long I've been vitamin D deficient because it hasn't been tested until now. She did tell me that anytime you change your diet from a meat eating to a like vegetarian type diet or a vegan diet, to let your doctor know. I was already vegan when I went to the doctor, so I didn't really like, I told them what my diet was, but it wasn't that like things had changed. And like I said, when they checked my levels, they told me everything was fine. So clearly they didn't check everything. But yeah, so because I don't eat fish, which has a high level of vitamin D, which I used to eat, and I don't consume dairy, which helps with like calcium and vitamin D as well, I'm not in the sun a lot. And especially over the winter, it's like barely any sun out. The sun is there, but like the buildings, all of that, it's blocking. My vitamin D levels plummeted. So I don't know, like I said, how long I've been vitamin D deficient. Clearly, it doesn't seem as though you could just go overnight from like a 20 to a 4. So I'm assuming my levels dropped significantly or dropped enough starting last year, and then just continue to drop and drop and drop and drop. Like I said, I don't consume any dairy. I rarely consume dairy alternatives. So I don't have coconut milk. I don't have almond milk. Like very, very rare occasions do I eat vegan cheese or anything like that. So if those do have any sort of calcium in it, I'm also not consuming that. So now I'm on these vitamin D pills, or vitamins. So I have to spend at least 15 to 20 minutes in the sun every day. So I gotta figure that out. And because I do have darker skin, it is harder for me to absorb the sunlight. So this is gonna be an interesting journey. But the takeaways from this is definitely to get your levels checked. Make sure that you are staying on top of things. Do not write your symptoms off as something that is in your control or something that might be an internal thing. I'm not saying that you turn into a hypochondriac, but definitely make sure that you're talking to your doctor about all of your symptoms and not just some of them, to make sure that they're checking for all the things that they need to check. If you are feeling tired or weak or any of these things, please get your vitamin D levels checked, because you just never know. It can lead to osteoporosis, it can lead to rickets, and sometimes even cancer. So I don't want you guys out here getting any of these things, and I want to make sure that you guys are super healthy and always on top of your symptoms. So I say that to say, from now on, I will not be the person who just dismisses things that are happening in her life as far as her health is concerned, and I will be on top of everything that's going on. So I hope the same for you all, and I pray that this video was informative, funny, maybe even, and that you guys learned a little bit something about me. You guys learned something about vitamin D levels and how you can attack them. Thanks for watching my video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and the notification button so you know every time I post a new video, which hasn't been very often, but I'm making sure that it will be from now on. And until next time, guys, peace.